The town of Bayou is just a very small little area surrounding the little shopping area there. And then everything else is out in the county, and that's where a lot of our time and effort and all has recently been spent, because there's just so much poverty out in those areas. I'm Sister Marilyn Moore, daughter of Charity. I live and was working at Providence Hospital. After Katrina, it became obvious that there were a lot of needs surfacing down that way. We also ran into her and Chris over at Convoy of Hope. It was a resource kind of thing. And I think it was at that point that Cynthia told us, but primarily through Kim, about her husband, who is younger than she by a number of years, and that he was virtually blind.
But the doctor said it was a cause of sun out on the water, caused my cataracts. And the sun is beaming off the water into your eyes. That's all day long, staying in the sun.
I mean, he was very discouraged, and the future certainly didn't look bright.
I'd go to work. I couldn't even watch TV or nothing, because I'd get so aggravated because I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't see to do it, really. So I'd just go to bed.
He got the surgery on his eyes. His vision was virtually restored. And that's why, it was like giving him a whole new lease on life to be able to get the eye surgery.
You just gotta try to manage to pay one bill and leave the other ones alone. Yeah, I had to have a yard sale so I could pay one bill anyway. It ain't been too long ago, we had a light shut off because I couldn't pay the bill. And the next day we had a water bill and I had to borrow the money to pay it. The money you get, you done so far behind on your stuff that it takes it to try to get caught up. So when you get caught up, you try to get caught up, then you get behind again. Makes you think about a lot of things, when you ain't got the money to pay a lot of things, bills, and it's hard on both of us, It's rough, it is. It's worse as I ever seen it. Really, you're losing your livelihood, that's what you do for a living. If you can't work, you can't make no money. And that's what we do for a living, we catch oysters.
Chris just has this small little boat, and I think they're the ones that have the hardest time because they can't go out very far. They can't handle what they might find. And judging by what he said, I mean, I learned a lot from what Chris said about the other problems.
Last couple of years, we had no fresh water, and the conchs moved in. That's what saves the reef, is our fresh water.
The big boats that can go out and do some dredging and that sort of thing fare a lot better, but his connections with them are non-existent as far as I know.
It's bad for everybody, Some people got another income, and I ain't got one income. The conchs don't leave this summer. It'd be another 2 or 3 years before anything comes on that reef.
Well, I think the viability of the oyster beds and all that is something that's beyond. And even when I asked Cynthia a question similar to that, where did she see things there where they might be in a couple of years, and it was like they had no idea. I think the employment thing, the seafood, and particularly the oystering, is such an issue, and is so so uncertain.
You know, you just can't go hire on to a job that you don't know nothing about. You know, they ain't gonna hire you if you don't know nothing. By the time they try to train you, they can hire somebody that already knows what they're doing.
It's just a dead end for other employment, you know, with all these other jobs and trainings and all that that might be available in Mobile for some of the industries coming in. People like Chris, I'm afraid, are not going to have much of a chance at that.
You pray every day that nothing happens. That way you can make you a little bit of money.
When I'm at the pearly gates, this will be on my videotape, my videotape. Mephistopheles is just beneath and is reaching up to grab me. This is one for the good days, and I have it all here in red, blue, green, and red, blue, green. And you are my center when I spin away out of control.